Imagine being nearly 50 years old and you're worried about D size, and that's your main obstacle to finding a guy.
Men really don't understand the anatomy of a woman. If I talk about a man's part, saying that it's not big enough, whatever, they constantly throw back or comment, oh, it's because of being too loose and blah, 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 blah. Incorrect. If a woman you're with is extremely loose,
right,
most likely it's because she is so excited to be with you. The more excited we get, the damper it becomes, which then in turn feels like it's loose. So it doesn't mean she's been in Pound Town for her life. It means that she actually likes you. So you should take that as a compliment. Unfortunately, there are men that are just not blessed. They just don't have it. And it's sad because I feel bad. Everybody wants love. Everyone wants to have sex. But I'm sorry, if the size isn't there, what are you supposed to do with it? Like, oh, he's cute? No. It's terrible.
Reminder, we have a nearly 50-year-old woman here who's talking about how she's struggling to find the right size. Like, priorities are all messed up at this point. They're all messed up. Let's read a few of these comments, see what people had to say, and then we're going to go to where this all started, and it's going to shock you. Top comment here says, Pound Town. Somebody else here says, there's a difference. Here's somebody else who says, some serious miles on this one. At least she thought that was funny. She put LOL. Somebody else said, of course a man would say that. Here's another person who says this one has a salvage title. Has a salvage title. There's somebody else that says, who wants to tell her? Another person who says, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Another person here added, keep telling yourself that. Here's another person who says, on mature men, only mature men know this. I mean, what she's saying is true to an extent. It is true. It is true. It is true to an extent. But let's not forget that there are women out here who have been used and abused to the point where they're all jacked up sexually. Now, whether that comes in the form of the size of their cat and so on and so forth, that can be up for discussion. But I definitely think certain sexual experiences just increases the number of people and amount of people that you compare yourself to, for sure. But this whole conversation started with this first video she released called Meat Stick Mania. Like, what's up with your titles? Why does every one of your videos have to do with meat?
Let's be honest. Women flock to the bad guys because most of the bad guys know how to put it down. They bring with them the mighty, mighty meat stick. They cheat. They don't communicate. They can't commit. They have multiple baby moms. And they probably sprinkle in a little bit of verbal abuse, mental abuse, which is bad. However, we want them because their meat game is amazing. When women find these...
She's trying to convince herself that was bad, right? She says their meat game is amazing, the bad boys.
Nice men, quiet, good job, provide, family-oriented. They usually come with a doorbell. The little mighty doorbell. And you'll know it's a doorbell because when you try to get on top and it keeps falling out, it's not because you don't know what you're doing. It's because his little salchicha, can't do the salsa. So this is why we're always in a...
Okay, so I'm listening to this, and to me, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, what I'm hearing are men who are good men, can provide, and are typically, don't come with the drama. She says typically come with a smaller package. That to me seems like a really broad stroke there that she's painting about that particular group of men. Like, how are you going to assume that as soon as a man makes better decisions in his life and is financially stable, now all of a sudden he's got a small package? I just think that that's crazy. Now, if she wants to say that the sexual experiences she has with the bad boys, as she says, are better, because I think a lot of times sex is mostly mental, right? Your perception of that person, then I'll be more inclined to agree with that. That makes more sense. But what she's saying there just sounds crazy. Top comment says, time to acknowledge that women are just as shallow as men. Here's another person who says, maybe your salsa, I think that was supposed to say your salsa bowl, is Family size. That's funny. Listen, let's not be delusional here. Size does matter to an extent. It does. And that is a truth. That's a cup of coffee that a lot of men don't want to drink. It does matter. But what she's saying here just seems a bit crazy. Somebody else here says, worse you treat them, the more absent they are. I've never seen anything like it here. Somebody says, the voice of broken women. And another person who says, the bad guy. Okay, so yeah, it just seems strange that this almost 50-year-old is over here talking about size and complaining about how she can't find the right size. I mean, I even checked one of her most recent videos, and it's another video about the same topic.
So the reverse cowgirl position needs to not exist anymore.
Like, ma'am, you're obsessed.
Couple reasons. Biggest reason is, why is it that the men get to enjoy all the pleasures of a woman, her movements up and down, side to side? It's beautiful to watch. And then us, women, what do we get? We get to look at your toes. We get to look at your toes, throwing up gang signs, trying to talk to us in ASL. No more.
Now she's talking about how she's upset about a sex position. Like, what's going on? Right? Talking about toes throwing up gang signs. That definitely was a cue to let me know everything I need to know about her. Somebody else who says, anybody else see Sandra Bullock? No. What?
Drink the coffee.
Wait, hold on.
This coffee smells like shit.
This coffee smells like shit. Put that coffee down. Let's see what else we have over here. Size Matters Part 2. I mean, are you guys seeing the obsession with me?
Apparently, I rubbed people the wrong way with my Size Matters post. I stand by what I said. I just think I have to correct or adjust what I said because I think it got lost in translation. So women should not walk around like a canyon. That is correct. That would be a blowout or run through for sure. What I was trying to explain is that when you're with a woman and you're in the middle of the act, during the act, she should or would become like ocean-like, and then it's going to feel a lot larger. It doesn't mean that she's done anything wrong or been with a ton of people or her roster is 100 deep. It just means that you're doing whatever is making her body react that way. So good job. But again, the Tiny Tims, I still feel like that. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It's just little guy.
All right. So seems like she's decided to lean in and, bunch of simps, of course, in the comment section. Of course. I think that's going to be it for today. Listen, of course, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think of this episode? Leave your comments and thoughts down below. To my soon-to-be married and currently engaged men, consider heading over to fathershaverights.com and access the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement with offer code REVIEW. You can get it 100% free. It guides you on steps to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement. Protect yourself and your marriage. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.